Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm back and I'm mad!
What plaything can you offer me today?
The planet Earth.
What's happening?
It's an attack!
Pathetic Earthlings! Who can save you now?
Flash! They'll kill you!
Let's all team up and fight him.
Prepare for torture!
I want him.
Stop at nothing!
Flash, I love you! But we only have 14 hours to save the Earth!
Flash Gordon is still alive.
Gordon's alive?
Die! Yes!
Must be my lucky day.
Good evening. Yeah, I just happened to learn about a 4K version of Flash Gordon that actually looks great, so I think I'll need to look into that more. As you can see, again, no Jerry. I'm very sorry about that. But we are still doing the Hobby Hangout. Hang on a sec. But before we start that, I need to get my background back. There I am. And then again, I need, where is it? Cam. Oh, too many inputs. Too many inputs. There it is. So, let me put my technology away. Here it is. So, thank you again, Crispin, for sending me this very lovely model kit. Only took me about an hour. And there's a project for it on the side. So, you may want to look that up. Now, I also have a little new feature you may want to use or not. Grimwolf, we don't care what Lego says, do we? So, some of you may know a thing that Mel the Terrain Tutor does is posting or answering questions from the community. So if you ever should feel the need to ask me anything hobby related, just go to this link and put them in. Those are not Google Docs. Those are my own MacLeod servers, so your data is completely safe with my grubby little hands. Yeah. And since Jerry is calling in sick today, from here on, Jerry, get well soon. I hope it's not too bad. I don't know what he's got, but him letting me know on a very short notice that he is sick, I think speaks volumes. So I needed to find a way to get to choose some projects for us to look at tonight. So I did what any responsible gamer should do. I used dice. That's it. There's no rhyme or reason to how I looked at the projects today, so the projects we will be seeing are completely randomly chosen. The red pants won the days. No, I think for that I need Jerry's input. I can't handle that alone on myself. I'm sorry to disappoint you on that account. So, the thing with randomly chosen projects now is I can't really tell what's in it, so we need to read the description together. So this is from James Rosé, and he wants to get into Age of Sigmar. As we can see, he has chosen to do Dwarves, and his last entry is 3 years old. Welcome the duck. You're at work. Well, we are all at work constantly. The day is welcome. So, since most of these projects are more or less of an older nature, I took the liberty of creating a text that will be put in the comments of these projects just to make people rethink their choice why they left the project. Maybe we get an update that way. So again, James Rosé doing Flying Dwarves. This is a rather short one, and I've got to say I like the dwarves with their weird balloon backpacks. Unpainted much more than I did when I saw what Games Workshop had in store for them color-wise. Maybe it's just the all-over copper they did on the Flying Dwarfs that turned me off completely. And why isn't any completed dwarf here, apart from this one? None are painted. The model itself looks interesting, but I think Games Workshop didn't do themselves any service in painting them all bronzy and almost mute. At least from the pictures that I can remember. Maybe there had been some other paint jobs that looked better than these. James, welcome. Yes, Deli, the concept could be cool if they hadn't so totally scrapped the paint job. So we will now try to work with this system and put in our lovely comment. Hello, your project has been randomly selected to be featured on the Unofficial Hobby Hangout. We see you haven't done anything in here in a long time. Please continue this project. With kind regards, the local German. If that doesn't get people start their old projects again, I don't know what. Stargrave has bug bad guys. Stuck the fuck? I think Stargrave has everything, doesn't it? Back to the blog. So you see, we are starting with an easy one. This isn't too much of a hassle. I also will follow the projects to see if there's anything changing. I wonder, do I get a notification when somebody's just changing the status of a project from, say, active to closed? Does anybody know? Hello, Jim. Welcome to the very interesting show that is this. No, Panzer didn't work for Warren, but then again, if Warren still has his very tiny internet at home, I think he really wouldn't care. Yeah, so this would be a nice project to continue to have literally color put on. Maybe he doesn't even have these models anymore and just went on. Our next project is by our dearest Amanda. I still don't know what it is because, as I said, I chose these randomly via the means of dice. And Amateur Adaptus Mechanicus. I think we have been here way long ago. Let's see, is there anything marked? Nope. Is the project marked as finished? No, it's on hold. So, a lot of reference material as we have come to know for her. A lot of paint going into this. Detailing on how she's planning to paint the exact paint schemes, which is almost a level of detailing and planning ahead that is way too much work than I would do. Yeah, article system isn't really working. It's a WordPress site. Let's leave it at that. We know where the issue lies. So I'm guessing if this project is on hold, we are going back in time. We'll see about in a minute. 23rd of May. No, we're going up in time, so this is good. So the upmost entry will be the newest, which means our copy and paste text we just added to the previous project will be right on the banger. Is that nail polish she's using as a miniatures holder? Or am I imagining things? Nope. Those look like nail polish paint pots. Okay, now we have seen pill bottles, corks, 3D printed holders, Games Workshop printed thingies, old paint pots. I think I said that. And nail polish paint pots. Okay. Whatever floats your boat. I really do miss Amachan's intensive work on all things miniatures. I know why she is currently more or less on hold in hiding. I hope she's getting back to her mojo sooner than later. Yeah, it's more stable now, Jim, but it's still a very rudimentary system to work with. What's happening here? Okay, this is same comment for Amachan. Physical miniatures. You sure you're feeling well, Jim? Don't let yourself get distracted by possibly painting miniatures. So, number 3 in our row, and is this lovely project. Dead Zone painting by Kargim. So what does he do? Dead Zone from Mantic Games. And I think we visit this one also very late 20. Yeah, see. There we were. So he was on a very intensive painting spree and having glorious army-wide shots. Wrong combination of... Oh, big pictures loading slowly. And forces 2,500 points. And then he starts with the Forge Fathers, which is a recent addition. The project is still made active. Makes you wonder why he hasn't continuing after half a year. So there should be a update by now, shouldn't it? Oh, and a new version of Dead Zone is on the horizon. Then maybe this will be an encouragement to him to redo. See, Killzone is very much asked. Oh, let's just put our nice little comment here. See what will happen, and maybe the images have been... Oh, no, they're not. But we can see he's an avid fan of IKEA. Ribbar. What the hell is IKEA Ribbar? No, I'm not going to Google that right now. Oh, come on. You bloody slow internet. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Is it just me, or is the project system going wonky again? Meaning going slowly. Oh, come on. This is a bit better. Not perfect, but a bit better. So, let's take a close look at these infantry units. I wonder how much pain in the rear end these orange markings were. It looks like he tried to paint them yellow at one point and then decided to not give a fuck and go for orange. Or maybe the yellow was a deliberate choice of base paint. Yeah, just look at this. Very nice overall. This is my army. What do you bring to the table shot? Nicely done. And I think we need to look once more at the Forge Fathers, if the project system is yeah, Macgoth Market. I feel like I need to make a sound file for when pictures load slowly that sounds like an old analog modem going in with all the wee oh. So let's see how the Forge Fathers look in person. See, these look load a lot quicker, but they're smaller. Ha ha. Oh, shut up. This is almost orky. If it weren't for the hammer, I can see this work as a conversion for a grot stomper. Might want to have a look at that at some point. In the Iron Man scheme, with the candy metally color look, or just the color itself, but because the Iron Man suit itself, from what I can tell from the pictures, looks like it's made in candy colors, so very, very shiny and metally. which is a nice to look at color, but I guess it's a very hard to do color. So this project, I know there's nothing new in it, but that's exactly the point. I think what Half Mile Duck has done here with these classic miniatures is just unbelievable cool. And I want more. I want all the orcs. Lovely tutorial on how to do the spores. And the lovely, lovely grots with their very shrieking green. Just look at them. What's not to love about these miniatures? And the paint job itself. It's just so lovely. I could watch this over and over again. And this is one of the few metal minis I actually don't have in my collection. The only thing missing is the goblin green as a edge color to the base. Other than that, they are so awesome. I'm actually getting a little tear-eyed at this point. But let's not forget what we came here for. To pester people. To give them weird concepts. Oh, Crispin, in the Billion Suns, these work on a very small scale. Not going there again. Let's hit it. Oh, looks like it worked. Back to the project. So, and now we've come to a favorite. You're all awake again? Nice. It's much more easy when somebody else is copy and pasting the links. So Elysium 64 a year ago stopped doing a spring clean saga of Glorantha? Whatever that is. And it's a rather smallish project. We have been here, obviously. And he's done some things. But this project is far from being completed. So let's take a look at the winged bull thingamajig. It's not a Red Bull for sure. And the bloody project system is again acting up. So we'll now just wait for the bloody thing to load. Let's see, what does the... it just says fantasy. With the glorious reassurance, whatever, of RuneQuest and Glorantha, I will be purchasing the slipcase edition tomorrow. I'll be painting and converting models, building scenery. So he does it for Mortal Gods and Saga, Fantasy Saga, as well as RuneQuest and Glorantha. Multi-purpose miniatures? Scenery lovely, you say? Let's see. Yeah, there's a small boat he did. You may also have a look at that. Oh yeah, this. Now I remember. This was the very crazy tugboat. He did almost in a completely DIY style. Doesn't look like it's ever been completed. Shame. Shame. Yes, so while we wait on the pictures to load, we will put on him the glorious comment. I don't think that's texture on the hull, because it looks like he actually did it via the means of gluing rope. Oh, bloody hell. This is taking ages. Get on with it! And on that note, I need a chocolate-coated coffee bean. Or two. Oh, bloody hell. At least the comment went on. I don't know what's happening. If it's by internet, if there's some kind of spam protection kicking in from Cloudflare. Can any of you guys and girls out there please check if the pictures are loading for you much more quicker? Oh, so Jim doesn't have any problems. Funny thing is, the projects load much faster. It's just the bloody pictures. Rumble, welcome to the club. Yeah, 28.8. With the option of 90.2. This is infuriating and painful. We just want to look at the bull. We want to grab it at the horns. Oh, and before I forget, before everybody in here is trying to, or is suffering from GERRY withdrawal, give this one a close listen.
Fugu.
Again?
Fugu.
I hope this softens the blow a bit. Welcome, James. You are just joining us while we try to get bloody pictures to load like it's 1999. Oh god, we've come so far. And the only thing we want to do is look at pictures of tiny fighting men, painted by other people, so we don't have to do hobby. Oh, look at the detailing. Nice shadow work on the wings and highlighting. And I'm guessing this is very painful freehand on the butt cheeks of that bugger. Needs to be painted black and red with a naughty dwarf on the back. Could you please define a naughty dwarf, the days? What do you mean with a naughty dwarf? Oh, holy crap. This ship picture actually loaded completely. So let's get in there. Oh, this looks nice. Well, even the wood texturing he'd done. And you know what? The boat has got rigging. Yes, Stanley. Rigging on a boat. I don't think Gary would be proud. I think he would put it like something like that. I can't be arsed. Yeah, the bull is really coming out fine. The amount of work for all the freehand alone is enough to make my hands go all shaky and wobbly. Nice work, Mr. Elysium. Now would you please do more of this? Thank you very much. Yeah, the crow's nest is nice. So, next up, Wilco 92. Again, a project inactive for some time now, related to DC Movie Universe games from Night Models. So, if I remember correctly, this is a old game? I don't know, is it still in production? I think not, though I might be wrong on this. Chat may acknowledge or prove me wrong. So, one thing with Night Models is they do beautiful miniatures. And what they also do is a terrible job at getting licenses for their stuff. Case in point, the Harry Potter game. We all know how that started, how that went, and how cross I was at the time. Which is, yeah, I'm not going there again. This is a lot of minis just to get started for a game, I guess. Especially if it's only a skirmishy type. Yeah, I think I even heard something about Batman getting a re-release upgrade or something. See, this is the point where somebody like Jerry, who is reading all the news all the time and has a brain for miniatures, really helps. And Zod being the last and unfinished pieces is really a tease. We need more of this, Mr. Wilco, please. So you also will get the very nasty comment if the project system ever decides to play nice with us again. There's the picture, there's the rest, where's the submit button? Hello, Mr. Submit button. And post the comment, please. Wonderful, wonderful. Now follow this project, if you please. Oh god, I think I'm going mental. I'm going to say yes. I'm not going into details about what is local for a German. That could get me into trouble. Welcome, Tuffy. Yes, fly again. Jerry didn't feel too well. So we are lacking rants and comments. Panzerkebot says Poland. No, we are not going there in a Gulf on just one full tank of gas. Worst advertisement ever. So, Frostgrave Undead War banned by Yellow Sloth 7. The first one that isn't a cog. So again, a project that has been on hiatus for some time. But having just glanced over this earlier, it has a lot of beautiful painted minis. And we'll just go down and select a few of the more finished ones to bask in their glory. And then, if all works well, we might even leave a nice comment of sorts. And this picture. And this time they actually work. So there's a vampire lord, a lady, an undead king. I think those are old Games Workshop models, if memory serves. An undead shield maiden with a hammer of Sigma. Weird. Oh, a lovely wizard with a scythe and roses. And would you look at that back of the cape? Isn't that a hell of a lot for a paint job? This is a level of painting flat surface, adding texture that I really wish I could make work for myself. And again, the Undead King, now looking much more complete. And some Skellypops, looking like they're running somewhere. Running out of time? I don't know what this is. Looks like somebody crossed the streams. And here's some miniatures. So I know the most left one is Saruman, and the other ones are possibly also somehow related to Lord of the Rings. The one in the middle is the Palantir bust from Saruman's tower. Does anybody know the other minis on screen? I'm guessing Sigma is the one in the middle with the weird hammers. I love the way he shaded and painted these. They really look like statues. Corsair of Umber. I'm guessing those are old Games Workshop models of sorts. It's a very, very eye-catching, monochromatic way of painting miniatures. At some point, I might give this way of painting minis a go. And would you just look at these vibrant colors on the flying scarf of this little apprentice mage? I'm calling him an apprentice because his face doesn't look old and wrinkly. This looks like a very interesting force for Frostgrave. I think these are actually one of the better ones I've seen. I really dig this. This is a very, very nicely done project, and I feel this needs to be appreciated way more. There's not enough button mashing going on here. So let's see if we can change that a bit and have some people wake up in the morning with a notification of wake up. There are some people liking your project. Oh, Panzer kaputt, you spoil the fun for me now. You got there before me. Yeah, it looks like Radagast with a crow removed. You're right there. Ah, don't feel bad. But may I issue a curse in German? Möge der Blitz dich beim Scheißen treffen. Loosely translated, may lightning strike you when you're on the toilet. So, next one. I think this is one that is a bit different from everything else we have seen so far. It's tanks. So, oh, I've almost forgot. Did I leave the follow on this project? Oh, quick. Yes, I forgot. So now it's there. So, World War III Temyanki from Wolf. And he says it's complete, active, but it looks like a rather complete force. So there's a lot of tank and helicopter painting going on in here. And he's done some very clean painting. Just let me say this. Maybe a bit too clean for forces in a conflict. But then again, if they just came from whatever means of transportation they had to be brought forth to the battlefield, they should be clean. And yeah, this is a nice little task force. The mat below looks a bit out of place because it looks like the grass is way too thick. In contrast to the scale of the miniatures. That's some impressive work. Also being able to repeatedly get the same results. Judging by the streaks on the windows of these helicopters, does anyone want to guess which one of these he painted the last in line? My bet is on the one second from the right. Solely because the white stripes in the window look like they may or may have not have lost patience painting all the streaks. Now I'm saying the one on the left he painted as the first one, and then the one far to the right, and then the second from the left, and the second from the right is the last one he painted. And at that point, probably just couldn't care anymore. But that's a sole guess on my part. Oh, mold lines! Oh, horrible mold lines! Can you see them? Right across the noses of all of them. Oh, the horror! The horror!
Die!
On the tanks, I can't see obvious signs of which tank has been painted the last. But then again, I guess it's a much more feasible way to paint them in batches and not getting annoyed by little tiny streaks. And up close, they do look a bit more dirtier, grittier than I thought in the first place. 2M160 or whatever they are called. Why is there nobody in the turret? Oh well. Yeah, all in all, a very long project. We are not going into it too far back. Let me close some tabs here. some very complete lists of how to paint and what paints are used, which is always helpful for people that want to recreate and reproduce things you made and show them. So kudos for making a what's the word I'm looking for? A complete list of everything. Even if people don't have the exact same color, they can manage via the means of paint conversion charts. Even though they are not perfect, you'll usually get close to what you want to achieve. Though, having used multiple different versions of color conversion charts, they can drive you insane. So if there's any app programming people out there with some knowledge in colors, please do a decent app on where we can set up suggestions for what color you could use if color A you want to use isn't available to you. That would save so much nerves and hairs, at least on my part. I'll need to get... yeah, Panzer, he done a lot of stuff. Germans, Brits, and Soviets, and... yeah, James, but if I buy a full Vallejo set and somebody makes a tutorial using Games Workshop colors, I'm pretty much at the start again. And I somehow feel there aren't many hobbyists buying all paint ranges with all the colors. It's a lot of plastic tongs. I'm guessing you wouldn't need to bring your own playing him. And again, Panzer is making me furious. Not giving you the next project link if this continues. Next is Donimator. Either that's a very on-purpose typo, or I'm starting to lose my ability to read. So, having added Drowned Earth to our collection, I found it great little skirmish games that sees consistent play, mechanics are smooth, yada yada yada. Overwatch miniatures from Klukvar. Well, I don't know what Klukvar is, but I do know Overwatch, at least by words. So, I'm guessing this could be potentially very interesting. Really don't know. Does anybody in chat know if these miniatures for Overwatch were designed for a miniatures game, or are they just some weird collectible stuff? They somehow strike me like something that would be like HeroClix pre-painted stuff. Klufka are one of those who... yeah. Inspired miniatures is an interesting wording. And to be honest, at times there are these companies that do actually just rip off the designs of other people's, but they do such lovely work in recreating them as miniatures that I can't be really mad at them. This looks like a very convoluted infinity table to me. Very colorful and somehow looks exactly like Overwatch is playing. Yeah, this is an interesting project to say the least. Now, prize question. Will we find a comment? No. You get to live. So, and then this one is the last for today. This has gotten all our attention way before. Hello Dutch, no Jerry today, as the biohazard button indicates Jerry isn't feeling too well and had to be put into self-care. So, what do we have here? Steel Raining is clearing his backlog. A spring cleaning thread that is supposedly still active, but hasn't been updated in 2 years, 2.5 years almost. And we had been here, and just let these pictures soak in. This guy can paint. These just look great. Corn warriors in a very corny red way. Love the very not being part of anything look on the doggy. Some old school Space Quest, Space Orcs, Necrons, and Dreadnought. Just look at this. Oops, went too far. The internet is at an end. Yeah, this has been a very lovely project to look at 2 years ago. Oh man. Yeah, we need more of this, do we? Yes, we do. Do. And copy and paste. And comment. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, it's the old Chaos Dreadnought from Space Crusade. It's I think the very first iteration of that kind of weapon. At least I've seen it always in conjunction with Space Crusade / Space Quest. Let's go back to that project and see if we find some more interesting and lovely pictures. So these we just looked at. These are the pictures that are to be assembled. How to do bases. Oh yeah, and here's... I think he might have even gotten a golden button for creating the bases, if I remember correctly. Though I might be wrong on that. So, spring cleaner, soapy water. Also, yeah, caustic soda. That's how some Matchbox cars are being cleaned. Just look at these lovely old school miniatures. Even though their posing is very simple, to put it lightly, they do have character, at least from my part. Yes. So let me get the background off again. And we're back in my cozy little fireplace. Crispin, you haven't gotten any golden button yet. That's weird. But then again, I don't know how that actually works. How they decide what does what. The weird thing is, I got one for a very low effort project. It's the wrong wording. I was reusing the inlays from Star Wars Legion, the plastic inlays, put some spackle on it and some 3D printed parts, and had some Tatooine terrain, and that got me a golden button. So, I'm going to refresh my page on the questions, and nope, nobody asked anything, so we're leaving that for another day. Anybody wondering on the VOD, this will be in the description. Well, at some point we might actually revisit all the projects that actually got a golden button, and maybe we can find the magic source that binds them together, and that way we can trick the system. Or, potentially, if you really want, try bribing. I may... maybe you can send Ben some Dwarves, Lord of the Ring minis, something like that. Yes, Crispin, I know you have added cool pics to your project, but I want Jerry to see them. How do I paint Barbarian flesh panzer? Kaput asks. With the blood of my enemies, of course. Yes, Dodge, very naughty pics. Naughty, naughty, naughty. I don't think sending money and whiskey to Jerry helps with getting golden buttons, because as he more than once said, it's Ben's pick. Ben is the one choosing who gets to live and who gets to die. Well, whoever thought that would be a good idea? Yes, badges would be a very nice addition to everything. So, this has been a nice and interesting 30 minutes. I really hope that Jerry will be rejoining us next week if he's feeling better. Otherwise, I may rethink the concept of today. Maybe if you lot have any suggestions on what to do when Gary isn't here, feel free to ping me a letter, whatever. And again, Crispin, thank you for that lovely slave one. It was a very interesting build. I never done a snap fit model before. And even though the parts look weird when they're painted on sprue, when it's assembled, it looks nice. It's decent. With that said, it's getting late in the day. See you again next week. Have a good one. Bye.